Hello, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to Tarot Time on the 6889. This is future love for singles, couples, and anyone looking. It shows us who's coming in, maybe somebody that you're dealing with. This is a 10 card spread on where and how to find love. All right, let's relax, get some guidance. Please remember to take what resonates. You just have to leave the rest behind. And let's find out why fire starting Sagittarius is even looking right now. The Knight of Wands coming up in reverse. Why you're still single. What you're doing in order to find love. I'm getting justice. What the other person is doing. How they're going to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just start there. And we'll find out when, where, why, what you have in common. Everything. Why you're still single. Someone, I think, revoked something. Which means to take back. Exchange. Change their mind about a connection or a relationship or some situation where you and your partner were going to do something together here. See, so while they think somebody is a little go-getter, a little too ambitious to make them the center of their world, you see. And I also see how we say things that's like that it's too big of a deal and one partner wants it and the other partner doesn't. Could be a house, could be a plan for the future. I think you think that they think somebody thinks you're sexy and they need too much attention. Okay. And you could agree with them that this is nice, but it needs too much work. So not looking for anything serious and not looking for a fixer-upper. But quite happy to be single. And what are we trying to do? Dress nice, figure out what to wear, looking at beauty and other people. Some of you are looking at other houses or other opportunities, trying to see maybe, but weighing it out. Yeah, what do I like? Who do I date? What type of person do I date? I even see someone who doesn't want to make a fuss. Sagittarius Collective, you're going to have this in common. Straightforward. Grounded in reality. Making decisions. Weighing things out. Trying to decide whether a relationship is even right for you. Trying to decide, come between something, if it's somebody that you already know, even, I think, is it the right thing for us to do in general? And we need to make some tough decisions. So you may already have someone that you're dating, but you're about to meet someone while you're out. Because of the way that I see the cards here, the Three of Pentacles in reverse can be on the beginning of when and where. Yeah. Maybe out with some friends. You're going to meet somebody. Yes, someone is about to meet someone new. There's several different stories in this reading. It's like it's right before the time when you sign the prenup. It's signing a lease for a home together or purchasing something like that together. Then for others of you, it's really about evaluating what you could be dealing with now in the process of going out and having fun. People getting dressed up. I see a lot of lingerie and just a good, just a couple of sexy people having a nice time when there is this. But I don't know if I want it to go any farther, you see. Um, this is how they will show you love who they are, or they will show you who they are. I think with this Page of Cups, it's showing love by acting as Cupid, bringing opportunities for romance. Cupid, joy, and emotional connection. For some, this other person has their own doubts and can see that you are doubtful. Something about their view, someone's view could be blocked, and this is why Cupid will bring you together. Maybe a blind date for many of you. A blind date, yeah, and wow, or someone new to them. I feel for this as a collective, I guess we all have it in common. As a group, yeah, we just want to look good while we're doing it. And so, what will this other person do? Obviously, Cupid is coming. And then we have someone, I just see this person waiting while you decide, where they themselves take time to reevaluate. We saw where they already have their own doubts, for whoever needs to hear that. But especially if you pulled back, this person is struck by Cupid arrow, though. See? Where alone, working alone at church during this meditation. This is a place of silence. Somebody goes speechless when they see this other person's body. Yeah. And it's a holy shit moment. And this all depends on where you two do actually get together. I feel like this is something that you're going to plan, or it's that no one can plan this. It's a blind date. Cupid's arrow strikes, and it's definitely when Cupid's arrow strikes, but it's not when you're at work, right? Because this came up in reverse. You could be in a crowd of people somewhere, since this is the opposite. It could be on vacation time. This could be the next day that you're off of work. And for some, it's after work with your friends or a group of people. But then, like, all of a sudden, it's this moment where you're alone and you're standing there, and it's like, holy shit. So someone's view could be blocked. That's why Cupid is going to have to bring us together. All right, let's take a pause for the cause. I want you to, share that loving vibe. Tap the like button. I just want to clarify, I do. And if you want to become a member, hit the subscription button. And if you want to tell me your story, do that down below. That's what it's for. All right, so we're going to get some advice about thinking outside of the box. Very important here. We already are reevaluating things, right? Maybe both of you, not all of you, but the quest for love, where the advice, how they think of you, or wait a minute, my mind just drew a blank. This is going to be the advice. This is going to be, no, this is going to be when, this is where. This is going to be the advice. This is going to be first impression. the, this is going to be what you guys have in common, and this is how it could potentially turn out. Okay, thank you. So, the advice. First, we need to know how you're going to be able to spot this person, I think. So, let me see. I think they have twinkly eyes. This is an exchange of the two of yours energy. No, this isn't the advice. This is when Sagittarius, because this is your card. Somebody has really twinkly eyes, though. That's when you'll know. That's when it happens. I think in this card, while you on this quest for love, it looks over and sees this person. And for some of you, it's when you start actually searching for a lover, someone to date. And at the beginning, at the quest for love, where we became more play and less work instead of all work and no play, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, too. Twinkle in the eyes. The advice is in the Devil card here today, guys. Wow, I think they have looking for you, looking for them. Cupid's on the way. So this would be nervous gestures. Someone very boyish, man or woman. They're a tomboy, but they both have a pretty face. And some of them like watching crime shows, cartoons, and annoying people. Maybe just by reciting movie lines. And some of them push people's buttons, these type of people. Someone here is someone that you're already dealing with. You'd already know that they push your buttons or like to do that, but some insight. So who this is could be based on Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then Sagittarius, fire energy, Sagittarius in the Temperance. Who likes working with their hands? This person can sit at home and channel surf all day. They like hopping on a motorcycle and taking off for the day type of people. They like chatting online for hours. But if you do want love, someone here definitely wants you. And death is change, want someone to change their mind, or vice versa. But if you like long walks on the beach and sunsets and that holy shit moment, I mean, somebody just gonna feel like the sun sets on your ass and there it is, it's beautiful, and or they are, and this is such good energy. I love to see this for you guys coming in, especially if it comes in October. If you're looking for love, major change is on its way. And if you just started a new relationship, the two of you have come into experiencing a significant change. When that Cupid arrow hits, I think you're going to be more open to exploring those new territories. However, this could play out, but that's death card, you know. It one of two ways. I mean, look at the cards. If we've been struggling in a relationship, death heralds a new perspective, right? If we have this willingness to let go of the negative of the past and embrace a new way of relating to each other, and our first impression right here, new way of relating to each other. That Knight of Swords in reverse. I don't know. This is not a good situation, but I hear a lot of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and how precious someone's time is, and don't waste my time. First impression could be that it's a waste of my time. Well, I think, how do we make it to the next round? You know, you've got, like, if you're in relationships, how do we make this happen? How do we make it to the next round? If it's a first impression, you know, it's like, how do you make that if it's a bad first impression. It can happen because Cupid arrow is coming, y'all. See how now that sword is pointing up at her? Cupid's arrow is right there. Because you might not see it yet. They can't see you. This is blocked vision of some sort. I'm hearing and seeing, but see the sword. And then after that first impression, how do you deal with it? Because first impression, Sagittarius, this other person thinks that while at first you are a little rough around the edges. And then Sagittarius will think first impression of this other person is, a good activity partner, party doll, play friend, but a little too hung up on appearances. So, what do you guys have in common? Some of you been knowing it all. They're bossy. You're both bossy people, and you both call it like you see it. Oh, that straightforwardness that said you will have that in common. So the collective Sagittarians have straightforwardness, getting right to the point in common with these people too. A lot of wanting to force things to go their way in life. And that's hard to do when we're trying to negotiate the future of investments. Whether we want to even, like, in the moment of this bad, let's go to the tiniest microscopic part of this on the spectrum. And you're having that bad impression. You're going to weigh it out, like, how do I? Get this to go the way I want it to go. But you'll have that in common, and some of you, believe it or not, both of you like your freedom. I think in this reading, you both like your independence, and in this card, we like to have nice things, but you don't want to make a fuss about it. You don't want anybody to fuss over you. Something like that. Neither of you thought that far ahead into the future, because Cupid is coming for two people who are unsure about making long-term commitments. Yeah. How could this possibly turn out? In the Three of Wands, representing completion of Cupid's little love story here, by shifting the focus from the initial impulse stage of passion to the mature long-term vision of the relationship. Instead of the unpredictable, sudden arrow of Cupid, this card signifies stable foundation and the conscious planning of a shared future. Conscious planning. I mean, that oh shit moment, when we see the beauty in it, is something like we've been trying to already see was beautiful in there. Like first impression needs a little bit of a fixer-upper, be it a person, place, or a thing. In October of 25, and Cupid can strike you to fall in love with a house, to fall in love with a puppy, to fall in love with another person, to fall in love with a plan, an idea. And so if we find that common ground, this might help. I don't know. I mean, the couple moves beyond the indecision of the Two of Wands. They have decided on a path forward and are now expanding their horizons together. It's what we get out of this card, you know, and expanding their family. So that's a lot. That's pretty serious commitment. But if you're standing on the dance floor in a crowd of people and you meet someone and you're like, uh-oh, and then you're like, whoa, oh shit, oh wow, they're so beautiful. This could be your very much be your future love. This is your future love. And your future endeavors, the ship's on the horizon. It's definitely about growth. Expanding your horizons and such. And again, we got this extra bonus card that says, you gotta think outside of the box. So, however that resonates. And hopefully that helps. All right, guys. Good. You've got this. I love seeing this for you guys. I do not, I hope this helped. Okay. Check back for other readings. Check back in to see some more readings for you as Sagittarius. And thank you so much. All my best in your love life. And until next time, keep the faith.